Raymond, how are you?
Morning, Andrew. You okay?
Good morning. Yeah, great to see you, Ray. As I said, now we can hopefully get the party underway. So, your company, as I said, Careers Academy, based over in Croydon. I've known you now for a little while, and the stuff I've seen you do is quite amazing for people with criminal records and ex-offenders, and just the whole community in general, you know, making job opportunities and giving people real life-changing, you know, things to change their life, opportunities that wouldn't ordinarily be available, Ray. So I'm going to go through some of the stuff for that I personally found as an ex-offender, you know, and I saw for a lot of people who are in the prison system, difficulties they came across, you know, when they were coming out of prison prior to coming out, or even when they were actually coming out on ROTL, which is temporary license, and finding employment, because there is still a stigma, no matter what we say about people having a criminal record. And I think we've got to be very practical, especially in this day and age. As you know now, you know, we're coming out of furlough. We've seen what's happened with coronavirus, and finding employment, particularly for people, you know, with criminal records, is very, very difficult, because people without a criminal record are going to have a hard enough time doing it. And we've got to be, you know, realistic. You know, are you going to pick someone with a criminal record over someone without a criminal record? It's a no-brainer, isn't it? So what you are doing is truly tremendous, you know, as I said, and these are real jobs. These make a massive difference in people's lives. And, you know, it's a great opportunity for people to actually change and steer away from crime. More importantly, feed their family and be proud to wake up in the morning, go to work and be paid a good, honest wage that they can build and do something with. So, Ray, yeah, without any ado, I'm going to ask you just to take the platform and just to, you know, explain a little bit about Careers Academy and a little bit about what the opportunities coming up are.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Andrew. Well, basically, I've been for Careers Academy about the last 10 years. It's like an employment and skills provider. And I've got offices in Brixton and in Croydon. And currently we've got about 2 or 3 contracts, one with the GLA, helping people with historical criminal records back into work, and then just people, obviously prison leavers, people on licence and probation, and just unemployed people, economically inactive people finding work as well. So we work with many different occupations, many different employers, mainly around, it's been obviously the last year or so because of the situation around construction and logistics and so on, because all the shutdown sectors that we know, obviously, recruiting, so there was like an abundance of opportunities within those sectors. However, you know, as you were saying, Andrew, London probably is a bit more unique than anywhere else in the country in terms of the high rents and the cost of living here, that there is plenty of job opportunities. But the problem is that obviously it's low pay. There's an issue more around low pay in London. And there's a whole study going on through a company called Better Network, who do a lot of research that there's plenty of job opportunities in London demographically elsewhere than within the country. But in terms of people trying to pay their bills and the affordability here, you know, sometimes work doesn't work. So we try and stay away from those kind of jobs. We try and look at the opportunities where there's a development, where there's a career, because I personally think most people can, if they really want to, get a job. You know, if they put a bit of effort and time into it, they can get a job. But how to sustain it and progress it and increase their income and be promoted and learn new skills and retrain and upskill and move up the ladder, that's where basically, you know, the challenge is for a lot of people. So we focus on jobs where there's a lot of progression and there's a lot more developmental work. So that's what we're doing at the moment. We're doing a campaign now with an employer called Kia, a major construction employer, and other areas as well. And they've got 300 jobs in fibre optics and civil operatives that they've rolled out now. And they were part of that with another training provider, a friend of mine called Inside Connections, who specialise in ex-offender work, that you've met him as well, Andrew, as well. Yeah. So they've got, he's got lived experience as well. And he's looking at how to package and tailor the programme, like myself, with regards that fits the needs of someone, that can make them have a smooth transition, even though they've got all the issues and barriers that they're bringing, how to sort of, you know, put a filter on that to try and move them gently and progress work. So it's a lot of package support that's required, because it's not, as we know, it's not just about getting a job, it's about sorting many other issues out as well, with regards to housing, obviously, you know, when you're coming off benefits, obviously travel for the first month, equipment that they may need, and so on and so forth, and general stuff, household stuff as well to support family. So the eligibility for the program is they have to be 19 plus. Obviously, Andrew's got to fly. Maybe you want to circulate that later, Andrew.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end of this.
You've got to be 19 plus, unemployed, economically inactive, but they must have a full UK driving license for this program. Yeah, that's the prerequisite requirements. As the program goes on, it's 300 jobs over 12 months. So there's going to be recruitment on a monthly basis. Those without a driving license will become drivers' mates. So, you know, we will take people on who don't have a license, and we could possibly help with that with regards to getting them a provisional and some crash courses to get a license. That may happen. But initially, from the outset, they always say you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So with this employer, you know, we've got to, you know, select a really good cohort of people to go on the first sort of 2 or 3 open day from the open days. So they get qualifications in employability as well, Cat and Jenny, cable avoidance, signing, lightning garden, and then they get, you know, the basic skills training and introduction to data and fibre. So this is a great opportunity. The day is going to be on the 12th of October. It's going to be at my office in Croydon, Marco Polo House. It's from 9 o'clock to midday. So we're going to take the first cadre of 20 people who fit the criteria. We're already filling that up now. That's why we're on this fee, because it's for people who are coming out of prison, people, as you said, on license, people obviously, you know, prison leavers, people care, unemployed people, and just generally people, you know, trying to find work in these difficult times. And generally speaking, if you've got a driving license, the right attitude, and, you know, the drive, you know, we want to see you. That's what it's about, because we take people on those sorts of prerequisite requirements, really. And then obviously employers are sympathetic and empathetic. This employer knows that people who are coming through this program are prison leavers on license and all the sorts of barriers that they face, and provide that support. So 20 will be selected in the morning, and 12, because it's competitive, 12 will be asked to come back in the afternoon to start filling out the paperwork to process their registration to start the first part of the training. So it'll be 2 days training in fibre, data, and that's a basic introduction, City and Guilds certification. And then there'll be a short digital skills course. We haven't agreed where that will be. It may be at my centre or another location, but obviously a short digital skills course for everybody. Some people are at different levels. People are at different levels, but some will be more equipped than others. But, you know, there'll be some small data skills training as well as part of the package. And then they'll be on site in a job fully paid at starting off at 27,000 a year. Then after 3 months of probation, there'll be further data cabling certifications to try and increase that. Now, generally speaking, as I said, the more with people with a career. So in this sort of occupational area, data and fibre, you can become what's called a fibre splicer. And it's not about selling people dreams and stuff like that, but it is also giving them, you know, the ambition to look ahead. And my brother, you know, he's an ex-offender. He got a job with BT in data cabling many years ago, and he travelled the world doing data fibre and cabling, and he become what's called a fibre splicer, and they were earning £500, £600, £700 a day, which is good money. You know, it's good money. It's an opportunity to see the world. So, you know, for someone like my brother who never really travelled anywhere, an habitual criminal, this sort of opportunity, you know, in data, it managed him to see all the world as well, and also get skilled and equipped and so on. So that's a sort of good case study just from my own family. So many people coming through this program, you know, regardless of who they are, where they've been, what they've done, and the situation that they're in, you know, there's something a lot more sort of tangible and more interesting and more sort of, they can see it a bit better than maybe just getting a CSCS card and working in construction, for example, because obviously there's limitations to that. Because that's generally what, you know, a lot of people sort of push or, you know, cascade people with, you know, convictions too. Why don't you?
Yeah, they pigeonhole a lot of people. They do, Ray. We're getting a lot of positive comments coming through as well in the chat boxes, you know, because this actually is a life-changing opportunity, because starting putting £27,000 in this day and age is incredibly good pay. And, you know, the end result, as you said, you know, fibre splicers being paid like £600, £700 a day is incredible money, you know. And as I said, that's, you know, a serious mortgage. That's clearing up a lot of debt, you know. That's really making, you know, roadways into, you know, being a very successful person. And that's the kind of opportunities, obviously, that you've got at the table. And I want to talk about some of the things here, because we can't ignore some of the people that have been doing some incredible work. And obviously, we've mentioned John, you know, Inside Connection. And John has a colourful past, you know. Some people may have seen him on a few true crime documentaries. I've taken part in a few of those. But his company, as I said, has been doing some incredible stuff for quite a while. There's a fellow Liverpudlian like yourself, Ray. Yeah, do you want to, you know, go across some of the stuff that they've been doing out there in the wider field for ex-offenders?
Yeah, in a nutshell, obviously, like what you just summed it up, John has, you know, a lot of lived experience, and he's come out and you know, he had a clear vision about how he wanted to take his company. And more so, it was to do with all the issues that he's personally had and people around him, how to address them. Like yourself, Andrew, you talked about some of the mentoring programs that you've done and code things, and that's all based through sort of empirical evidence of, you know, live experience of being in prison, speaking to people, understanding, you know, what the issues are and trying to find some solutions to those practical problems, which from a theoretical point of view doesn't sort of, you know, help, does it, you know, trickle down stuff but on the ground it's sort of grassroots direct involvement. You know, they're the ones who are solving the problems. So with John, you know, just to probably just reinforce what I'm saying, he's not interested in getting people a job. It's more about, because of, you know, his own background, his own history, his own bad, his own challenges he faces, you know, in order for him to obviously not go back to that kind of lifestyle, it's got to be something that's tangible, sustainable and progressive, and earn the kind of income that he knows that will keep them away from that negative sort of background again. So that's why data fibling, green economy now, you know, civils and so on, or other occupational areas now that are going to sort of materialize. What's going on right now with the HGV, you know, people now, I think it was on Question Time last night, wasn't it? People on HGV, I think I could see a snippet last night, a guy in the audience was saying that HGV drivers and it can be earning just as much as doctors at the moment.
Yeah, and that's a great example, you know. As I said, you know, blue collar workers now can actually have got an opportunity to really, you know, make forward and sort of put a stake into the ground, because there are opportunities. I know we've just come out of a, you know, pandemic, and as I said, you know, of course, that we're doing, obviously thanks to you, you know, which is business entrepreneur startup, you know, is a great example of that. People can, you know, even go as far as looking to get the skills to set up their own business, you know, coming out of the pandemic. And there are funding streams being made available. I know the government, there was a speech in Parliament the other day where they're talking about actually actively, you know, employing ex-offenders and employing actual prisoners, you know, in some category D prisons to do some of this work which isn't being done at the moment, you know. And yeah, I think there are opportunities, but like everything, Ray, and we discuss this all the time, there are rules, you know, and that you do expect a certain standard of, you know, quality control, but also disciplines as well with people, you know. So, you know, unacceptable behaviour like people wanting to smoke drugs, you know, and expect to just get a job, it's not going to work, because there will be random, you know, urine tests taken, you know, for drug testing, you know. Again, attitudes, people turning up on time to a job, because the responsibility isn't just them turning up, there are colleagues who are reliant upon them turning up. It's a chain of people, you know. And there is a, you know, and it's been, if I'm honest, you know, I've seen it, you know, when people are in decap prisons and they get job opportunity, I mean, they're spot on every single day, every single time, because it's a release from being in prison for that day. But for some reason, when a lot of offenders do leave prison and they go about job, they become incredibly, you know, unreliable, slip back into old habits, and, you know, sort of can get the attitude that, you know, well, you know, so what? But in this day and age, there is no blasé approach, because things are going to get quite bad, and they are quite bad in actual fact. We see some of the stuff that's going on now. We're coming out of a pandemic. There's a huge bill to be paid, you know. all the people that were on furlough, etc. So it really is, it gives massive opportunities, right? I can't, say how big they are for people. I really want to understand and take this on board,
Yeah. Like, I mean, we've got already 6 people booked in for next week, and I was speaking to them all personally yesterday. They're all very, very excited, and they're very, very, keen and geared up to go forward with it. They see the opportunity, and they're going to obviously go with it. So it's interesting, with regards to, some people see the opportunity, and some people just think, oh, here's something in front of me. Probably maybe they get lots of things put to them, but they're not really fully focused on what it is they want to do or how to go about it. So I always say to people, Andrew, when we meet them here at the centre, or we speak to them, are you ready to be a better version of yourself? If you're not, in a nice, calm way, not in a sort of like egotistical way, this motivational stuff. It's more like, well, are you ready to be a better version of yourself right now? Are you going to stop smoking weed? Are you, what you say, do you actually really mean it? Or does it just sound good? You're just saying it because it sounds good, but really deep down, are you ready to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Are you going to go to the gym? Are you actually going to stop smoking? Are you actually going to start eating properly? Are you actually going to start saying you're going to be doing some meditation? Are you actually going to start reaching out a little bit more to your family and friends in a more positive and productive way? Are you going to do that, or are you just saying that? Are you going to action that? So, I say to people, if you're not ready, don't worry, we're not going away. But when you are ready, the door's open for you, so we're not saying, this month, next month, we're putting pressure on you to sort of turn your life around so quickly, because it's hard to just stop smoking weed. Habits, isn't it? When you've been habitual, get up every morning and doing just with cigarettes or even just, your diets and so on and so forth, it's hard to change. So there's a whole willpower thing, that obviously you need to look at, people need to look at. And this is not just, people that we're with, but it's just people generally in life, So we give people the opportunity and say, well, look, okay, we're here. There's an open day this month. It might not be this month. Maybe try and aim for December, or maybe try and aim for January. Be realistic about it. And in the meantime, we'll package a program to start you on that way, just to get them thinking, a little bit more deeper inside their own consciousness about where
consciousness, and it's funny because I believe in a very strong saying, and that's that I don't compete with anybody. The only person I compete with is myself, and actually mean to be a better person than I was yesterday. And every day I wake up, I try to be that person and just compete with myself, and you're not in the rat race that way. You're just making stuff for yourself that you try a little bit harder, you push a little bit harder, and that's the easy way to achieve goals. You're not under pressure. You're not competing with everybody. It's not, trying to be in competition, and they say sometimes even in life, and some believe it, some don't, but, you can't be too thirsty for success, because what you could do is you'll find yourself drinking from every cup, and by doing that you can easily get poisoned, so it's a question of setting your goals and just knowing what you want to achieve, knowing some things you can't achieve, and you can't do everything, but what you'll try to do is just try to do it good and do it well to the best of your ability, and you'll get a living from it, or you'll create a business from it and you'll be happy, and that's what it is. I think people do get caught up and they're trying to compete, or they're trying to, be in a situation that they can't really achieve goals. And when they don't get to the goals or don't quite reach what they were expected, they get, disgruntled, they turn away from it, they throw the towel in too easily.
It's all about, it seems to be, we're living in a world, it's like, it's all got to be there, quick.
Straight away, yeah. It doesn't work like that.
I always use that quote, don't I, Andrew? Carl Rosny, the famous psychotherapist, he said that the good life is the process, not the destination.
Completely right. Yeah. And that's a very strong and powerful saying, and so true. I think we've got you on mute there, Ray. Okay, you're back on, I think.
You've got to enjoy the process. You've got to follow. You've got to, imbibe that, enjoy it, learn from it, grow from it, because you will get to that destination. Once you get to that destination, you'll do something else. And have that, keeping that moment all the time, because everyone's always projecting when I get this, I'm going to get that. When I do this, I'm going to be that. And it's not like that. It's not like, because there's always, you know,
obstacles in the way. Yeah, you know, and yeah, and that's the thing as well. You will have obstacles, especially leaving prison, or you know, if having a criminal record, and these obstacles can be thrown in front of you, but you've got to be prepared, you know, to do the obstacle course. You've got to be prepared to climb over them, jump under and go under them. You know, you can't just stop at them, you know. And as I said, and that's what so people got to really realise, there are organisations out there who are actually, you know, putting out the olive branch here and trying to, you know, see the problems and trying to actually, you know, give people opportunity to sort of actually change their lives. And there's two roads that take you there, that direction and that direction. One direction will take you back to prison. The other one will actually take you somewhere where you can make a future for yourself, you know. And as I said, it's fabulous, the opportunities that are being offered. And it's, to be honest to you, you know, the pay scale as well, you know, it's just, you know, it's an amount of money which competes with any profession, really, isn't it?
It's a good start, and you can see something, you know, sustainable down. That's the main thing. They're going to get short training and then certificated, then their income after, once they've done 3. Because what happened, you know, what happened was that people were doing the 5-day course, and again, short term, they get the certification, then they go off with another independent contractor. Yeah. So the idea is to, you know, do the short one, get the salary, then after 3 months, do more certification, you see. So people are thinking short term, and really we're trying to build people up, you know, to be not loyal with the employer, but, you know, follow the
Stability.
road. You know, success leaves clues, doesn't it? That's what they
So,
say.
100%, absolutely.
Just follow the successful route that people have done, and you'll be okay. You know, just follow the roadmap and be okay. But people again, oh, I've got this, I'll go there. I got this, I'll do that.
It's one of my sayings. It's one of my famous sayings, Ray, is the best way to pass through a minefield without getting blown up is to watch the person in front of you very, very carefully. And if they're able to do it without causing injury or explosion, follow every single one of their footsteps. You know? And I think that's probably the soundest advice to give, you know, follow success and you'll get it inevitably, you know?
Yeah. So that's great. So, I mean, thanks for inviting me on. And that's
well, look, let's just recap what the training days are, because we want to be crystal everyone's minds when the training starts again and how you go through the application process. We want to keep putting that, you know, clear to everyone who might have missed the beginning of it, you know, who's just joining us now. So, yeah, so let's recap that again, please, Ray.
Yeah, you've got the flyer, you can circulate that, but obviously you got my details too, Andrew.
Which you will be doing, absolutely.
Yeah. Send, you know, an inquiry to my email or my sort of website and so on and so forth about this program. The first open day is on the 12th of October. We're going to take on 20, select 12, like I've said, in the afternoon. That's going to be a cadre every single month in Croydon. I think we're going to do some in Westminster as well, but we'll let you know about that. But we'll do one in October, one in November, one in December. It's over 12 months, so there's quite a lot of jobs, and there could be more opportunities as it grows as well. So people who are interested initially, contact us. If you've got a driving license, you fit the criteria, contact us. We'll have a chat with you on the phone. And then we'll obviously, from there, we'll arrange for you to come to one of the open days. And then you'll sit with the employer, get a full overview of what the rules and regulations and requirements are and the conditions and so on. And then obviously from there, people will be selected based on a competitive process, you know, that the employer will feel is the most appropriate at that time. Those who are unsuccessful maybe coming from that open day, they will get an opportunity to come back again, you know, depending. Some people might not think it's for them as well, you know, so, you know, or they might be looking at other things too. So it's a pilot, it's new. There'll be a few bumps in the road because it's new, you know, like a bit with the, you know, what you're doing with your business support program, Andrew, you know, it's a new program.
Yeah, of course.
So obviously, you know, it's tweaking and changing it, but generally speaking, there's job opportunities there for those people with a driving license. They're ready to go. They've got the right attitude. And obviously, you know, employers now are more interested more in drug and alcohol testing rather than where you've been in your previous, you know, because there's this, you know, so. Health
and safety and so forth, yeah.
So people can curtail their sorts of habitual habits that they had before, you know, mainly around drugs and alcohol, you know, they'll be okay. And
yeah.
I don't think there's not wrong in cleaning yourself up and stopping all those things and getting healthy, because it's going to, you know, go out to others.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it's it's self-being, as I said. You know, the best person you want to try to be, everyone, the best person you could possibly be. You know, and as I said, sometimes we carry things. We all got, you know, we all have things in our past. We all have things. Sometimes we fight with addiction, stuff like that. But it doesn't mean we can't, you know, overcome those things. That's part of life. That's resilience. It's character building. That's what makes us the people we, you know, try to be or want to be. You know, and hopefully we'll reach that goal eventually in you know, gradual steps, slowly. Fabulous.
Is that clear then, Andrew? I've given you the details.
I think that's really clear, Ray. We're going to share the flyer. You know, you can also go to our website, apfoundation.co.uk. It's posted out through our social medias. You'll see short little videos we're doing on this particular opportunity. And as I said, all the information is detailed, just so as, you know, we'll recap that and stuff, as I said. So it's 12th of October at the Marco Polo Centre, and that's over in Croydon. And they'll be training from 9 till 12. But as I said, in total, over the course of a year, that's 300 placements. That's a huge opportunity. And those are really sought after jobs. And training, as I said, you know, can really lead on to big things, as I said, because this is the future. All these kind of things, you know, green energy, fibre optic cablings, these are where jobs will be created, and jobs are going to become more and more available as we move forward, you know.
And careers as well, sustainable careers. It's not something like,
very sustainable, Ray. Very sustainable, you know.
More certifications and licenses will increase income, increase status, and increase access to, you know, opportunities. Like I said, you know, with data fabrication, people I know who've never been out their own manor have been all over the world by getting these qualifications. So that again is a changing experience for people, isn't it? It is. No, so, you know, again, you know, great life skills opportunity it can bring too as well.
Incredible, Ray, honestly. Well, we've taken enough of your time this morning, Ray, so I'd like to really thank you, because I know you're a busy man. Thanks for putting this out there today to our viewers, and obviously anyone who, you know, is looking for employment. You know, if you're an ex-offender and, you know, you're having difficulty, if you really seriously, you know, want to make that opportunity and, you know, get yourself an incredible career, which is, as Ray has just said, you know, it opens up a whole world of opportunity to you. You know, you could be literally traveling and working all over the world at some point, you know. But more importantly, you can go home with a substantial amount of money to put yourself in a position where, you know, you can pay a mortgage, you know, you can have a family and live quite securely. So thank you, Ray.
No, you're welcome, Andrew. And also, just a final thing, you know, if not data fibre is not for you, we have other jobs as well through our own contract. And we've got like a GLA contract with the Mayor's office, which you know about, Andrew.
Yeah, which again, yeah, let's put it out there as well, actually, Ray, while we can, I think, yeah. Tap on that one.
Yeah, we provide a lot of financial incentives for that. So I have a fund, call it Whatever It Takes fund, you know, and if people are really serious, you know, we'll pay for driving licenses, we'll pay for driving tests. We'll, you know, if there's something there, I think more so now with this new pandemic as well, everything's delivery driving and everything's being brought to your doorstep and so on. Having a driving license is probably a very lucrative thing to have right now, because there's lots of jobs, you know, for it. So, you know, again, something like that or other things, you know, we're always looking at ways, you know, to use innovation. A guy came to us, he wanted to do abseiling, you know, washing outside.
Windows.
Yeah, doing hours and that. So there's a course like for £400 or £500 to do that, and then you can get a job at about £1,000 a week. That's creative, you see.
Absolutely.
That's creative. So short, sharp, snappy courses that bypass the minimum wage type jobs by getting a sort of a really good qualification or a skill that basically there's an employer gap. That's what we're thinking of all the time. And obviously this client group are the most creative that we can work with as well. So
amazing.
Yeah, always looking for ideas like that. So if anyone's got ideas, short, sharp, snappy courses that can lead to good, well-paid jobs, we can invest in that, reskill and uptrain people in that too.
Yeah, complete windows opportunity, Ray. You know, I said life-changing opportunities for people and giving them every single tool that they need to, you know, to get those goals in place.
That's
So
great.
yeah, fabulous. Well, as
Thanks.
I said, Ray, we're very close with the Careers Academy, and we share a lot of stuff. So whatever's going on, you know, people can access it through the AP Foundation or go straight to Careers Academy. As I said, their links are actually in our website as well, so you can access, see what they're doing. You know, every week, every month, they're always doing stuff constantly. Great opportunities, jobs. As Ray said, there's even a fund in place there that allows people with unique ideas in business, training skills, and, you know, payments in place for those. So that's a really, really big thing. Honestly, take my word for it. You know, you don't have opportunities like that every single day.
Thank you, Andrew. I wish you all the best for today. And obviously,
Thank you, Ray. As I said, have a pleasant day, and truly amazing, as I said, you know. And as I said, also, I'll give credit to John as well, because I know you and John work really closely, and I said the two companies are doing brilliantly. So that's fabulous.
we'll get on next time. You know, we'll ask John.
Definitely, yeah. We'll invite John on. Yeah, as I said, it'd be perfect. Yeah, as I said,
Yeah.
great things, good things people are doing. We have to promote those things, you know.
All right then, Andrew. Take
Fabulous,
care.
Ray. All right, great.
Thank you. All the best.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
So, right, that was Raymond Quitnal of Careers Academy. Amazing job opportunities, as I said, in fibre optic cabling and a bunch of other stuff as well they're offering, you know. So anyone watching this live today who watched it, obviously when it's downloaded, if you watches it on YouTube, you should take that information, pass it on to friends, relatives, people you know who are looking for employment, who've got, you know, criminal records, stuff like that. And as I said, because that will definitely be life changing, you know. And onto the AP Foundation now and our connected companies, Atlas Digital Learning. We've started a 12-hour entrepreneurship business startup course, which again is absolutely free to go on. As long as you live in London and you're over the age of 16, you can be an ex-offender or not, it doesn't matter. We'll provide you with online teaching, learning. And what it does basically, it takes you through all the things you need to understand to have a business, to launch a business, you know, to actually set up your own enterprise as you need it, and whatever that may look in the shape of a limited company, of a CIC, whatever business structure it is, we're going to help you do that. And as Raymond has said, we too also have our own fund, which is the Maveron Mount Fund. So if any ideas come about during these courses we deliver for a business, potentially we may be interested in seeding and investing in those businesses also for you to get you, you know, foothold in the marketplace. So, you know, those are available. Those are being run now. You can go on to www.atlasdigitallearning.com. So that's www.atlasdigitallearning.com, and you can register right now. Once you register, someone will speak to you, get some slight details of the business, then we'll take you through, we'll book you onto a session, and you'll be able to go through it and you learn as much as possible as you can learn. But the exciting thing about this is we have a number of courses which continue. So even when you finish those 12 hours, you can be put onto additional free courses we offer in specialist areas. So if you're interested in the music industry, let's just say, you could be interested in being a producer and having a record label. You could probably be interested in having a PR or a lighting company. You could be interested in so many other things, like becoming a concert or an event promoter. We'll be able to group you guys together, put you on a specialist course, which runs for 12 hours again online, with industry experts teaching you how to do that. And you're able then to take it to the next step. So, which is how to set up a business, how to hopefully make that so you don't fall any pitfalls, and then how to go into your specialist area with the expertise, contacts, and a path through. And that goes across the border. In total, we're going to have about 100 different independent courses which run off the back of that. Everything from hair, beauty, you know, everything you could possibly imagine. We'll be having courses laid out with specialists in those fields to walk you and take you through those things. So yeah, if we've got anyone who wants to jump into the live now, you're more than welcome. Just simply, you know, put your hand up and go into it. It may seem a little bit like an advert today, but I'm sure it's not. It's a very important subject and topic we've kind of tried to cover. As I said, jobs and employment are always the biggest thing. And as I said, it's so important that we're able to open up opportunities for people and give them, you know, the pathway in. Okay, all right, guys. Well, look, we usually run an hour. We're going to run a little bit short today because we've got stacked our stuff. And as I said, this is going to be available on Instagram straight after. We'll be downloading it onto the Instagram feed. and in a few days it will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. So if anybody wants to, you know, watch this, well, you will watch it hopefully and stuff and get information from it. You can follow up on the leads, follow up on the contacts, follow up on the links. Yeah, and have a great day. Enjoy your Friday. We'll be back on again 1st of next month. So the first Friday of November will be the next Friday surgery. So try not to miss that. Hopefully we will have our Vicky back by then. And no, I'd just like to say I wish you really, really well, Vic. You know, we've got so much love for you, the whole team, and look forward to having you back. All right, guys, God bless. Have a great Friday. See you soon.